I finally found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
Hoo-hoo! It's me, Mario, and I want that donut!
What is up everyone, it's the Natural here and I'm back again with another video on the channel. We're back once again with another TMIR This Month In review, where I scour the world of all breaking ridiculous stories that happen throughout a whole month in a year. So, without further ado, what has happened in the 10th month of the year, that is October of 2022. Amouranth has a husband, and it turns out he is a f***ing asshole. If you enjoy regular viewers of my content and regular viewers of my videos, you would know that usually by now you usually have like a funny, ridiculous meme or joke, probably it's a Simpsons reference or something like that, that I usually start off before I get into the meat of the topic that I'm covering. But this won't be like it is today, because this is a serious topic talking about relationship abuse, domestic abuse as well. So that's why there's not going to be any comedy, ridiculous jokes or anything like that, because it's a serious topic. I may have some big statements that I want to say in terms of people in domestic relationship abuse and things like that, but there's not going to be any jokes or anything like that. So if you just want me to literally just poke fun at morons and poke fun at ridiculous insane things that happen in a month, then you can skip on to my up next segment where we're just going to single-handedly make jokes at Alex Jones. Or you can skip on into my next topic that I will be covering, which is me talking about climate change activists throwing food at paintings. Oh, I have a lot of ridiculous funny jokes to say on that. So we begin with Amouranth, who literally was doing what she pretty much does all the time. They're streaming on Twitch. Just a typical day in the life of what Amouranth does. But this was a completely different typical stream that she would usually do, because the husband rang her, or she rang him. I think the husband rang her to say that, well, instead of me saying it, let me just show you.
What the fuck did you just say to me?
You want me to say it again?
Yes.
Will you leave? Because then I'll say it 10 times.
Yeah.
I told you. Then just pack up.
Why did you say you were gonna kill dogs?
You're literally doing the thing that you did this morning, which is you're interrupting what I'm explaining to you.
No, tell me. That's not acceptable. I didn't say you were crazy.
No! Dude, I'm gonna give you one last chance. I'm gonna irrevocably fucking destroy everything. I can tell you something that shatters you forever, and I'll start tweeting about it too.
But what? Why would you want to do that? I don't understand.
Because you are literally telling me I did not say something that I literally said.
That should be okay to let me.
You're just right here. I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. You're about to lose your entire fucking life in terms of everything that's been built because you're too obstinate to just accept, merely accept.
It's quite incredible the fact that, forget about if it's the husband, just anyone can literally say that is just incredible. To sit there and threaten and come out with those ridiculous, sickening statements by saying, I'm going to kill your dogs, I'm going to do this, that and the other, to things that you care about is just unacceptable. and so deplorable. It's mental. And also Amouranth, wasn't this whole argument she had with her, husband, she also shown text messages where the guy is even more chaotic than you even heard him on the phone. And the most important thing to take out of this whole situation, not the fact Amouranth had a husband, is the fact that Amaranth's whole entire online persona that she, does with the hot tub streams and all the sexual content that she does of OnlyFans, even selling her farts in a jar, which at the end of the day, look, I get the whole, people do anything for money sort of thing, and people will just put their body online and whatsoever, but I still find that fucking incredible to say the least. But at the end of the day, Amouranth probably didn't want to do any of this stuff. The husband controlled everything, controlled all of her finances, all of her social media accounts, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, hell, probably fucking Tumblr, which nobody uses Tumblr, but probably the husband controls Tumblr, he probably controls Reddit, he controls everything. It's just insane, to say the least. She said herself, she has been living in a fancy prison for so long. She is like Princess Peach, and the husband is Bowser, and she's trapped in this castle and just waiting for somebody just to come and help her. And turns out she didn't need a Mario, she didn't need Super Mario, she did it all herself. She fucking exposed the fucking little cockroach that man is on social media. I would say she has come out with a response stream and said a lot of things, in terms of the husband is no longer with her anymore and he's now off seeking help. He needs a lot of help, big time, because I can't believe people can treat people just like a doormat. Is just insane. And she also said that the dogs and all her pets and everything that she loves is totally fine, and the horses are fine and everything like that, and just sort of saying that she's seeking counselling and things like that to be happy and just breathe and just relax sort of thing, and not have to go through this whole ordeal and process of every single day we're just forced to do something that she's uncomfortable and just not enjoying doing. And the thing is, that whole update stream she did, the two things that I took away from that, number one, the fact that she literally said she gets to sleep for 8 hours.
I get to sleep for 8 hours tonight for once.
And just the wholesomeness of her and the animals, her and her pets sort of thing. But Twitter, oh boy, Twitter loves to come in and just absolutely shits on everything, doesn't it? Twitter is such a toxic platform. I do talk about TikTok a lot. Boy, I talk about TikTok a lot. But Twitter is the most toxic platform in social media. It's insane, to say the least, because everybody had so much to say about Amouranth, in a good way. There's so many positive things. She's getting hopefully she's doing well, hopefully she can get rid of the husband, he's a fucking prick, he's an absolute scumbag cockroach. But there was many idiots on Twitter, I call them the slugs, because they're just, it's just insane the amount of things they come up with. People literally thought that she made this all up, she did this for clout, and the most ridiculous one of them all is she paid an actor to be the husband for this ridiculous story so she can get everybody to talk about it, like myself, for views and clout. Can you think of a more completely ridiculous, insane bunch of morons on Twitter who literally complain for the sake of complaining? It's insane, to say the least. The woman is not happy. She's not enjoying life. She wanted out of a relationship that she's been abused for years. And yet you sit there and say she's making this all up. Whoa, unbelievable. Absolutely fucking insane. I mean, you just have to laugh at these idiots. You just have to laugh at these absolute morons on Twitter, who, by the way, are so nameless and faceless. They just make fake accounts every 5 seconds. The main thing from this whole Amouranth and the husband situation is the whole conversation people are having in domestic abuse relationships. I will sit here and say right now that if anybody out there who's in a domestic abuse relationship, do seek help. Do, get the help you need, because no one should single-handedly be treated like a doormat or just walked over by people constantly every time, because it's unacceptable, to say the least. No one should go through what Amouranth or anybody else who's in that situation has been through. If your partner, and at the end of the day, if you get married and you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever, your partner should never single-handedly force you to do something you're so uncomfortable of doing. It's just not on. Beyond not fucking on. And, it's definitely, I don't think Amouranth was trying to raise awareness on this. I just think she was just so miserable that she just wanted out of an abusive relationship that she's been in for so long, sort of thing. And she's, like I said, she definitely's got it out. Everybody sort of, raising awareness and definitely sort of thinking, hold on a minute. I'm also in the same situation with Amouranth is in as well, and I think I maybe should seek help, talk to the family or something like that and get help that they need. So anyway, I will leave links in the description to, these online abusive relationships that if people are going through. I'll leave them in the description if you just want to go check them out, and feel free to, talk and literally get the help that you need. Or if you just want to go and don't want to do that, then you can talk to the family or whatever sort of thing. But I will say this, no one should be treated like that. No one should ever be single-handedly forced to do something they're uncomfortable of doing. We're in 2022, we're in the 21st century. We talk about, racism, we talk about LGBTQ community, we talk about mental health, we talk about everything that's important in society and important in the world, sort of thing. And this is one of them. But at the end of the day, I'm happy for Amouranth. I'm happy that she gets to be herself now. She doesn't have to be this stupid, ridiculous sex model character that she's been for so many years that everybody has known her for. She now gets to be herself. She now gets to do streams. She now just gets to, like I said, it's the little things. She gets to wear normal clothes. She gets to sleep like every normal person for 8 hours or 5 hours or 6 hours. She doesn't have to go through this stupid, ridiculous schedule that she's been through for such a long time. She gets to be herself, and that is just there, chilling with the dogs.
But I'm literally looking at my neighbors now and going, I'm ready to hang them up and gut them and skin them and chop them up. And you know what? I'm ready. My daughters aren't starving to death. I'll eat my neighbors.
You know what's funny? Even though this book's free online at major university websites, you little kids out there are going to go watch your TV and your movies, and you're going to sit there and laugh at me right now and not check any of it out. Oh, yes!
Come on over here. Come on over here. No, you flipped me off. Come on, coward. No. Come on. You're not an intellectual. You're a fake and a fraud.
Is Trump going to have babies with a goblin and actually help the New World Order and turn against us like Darth Vader? She's going to marry a goblin. She just learned about another level of the scale. Not just in bed with a goblin, marry a goblin. You think I am like, shocked by it, so I'm up here bashing it because I don't like gay people? I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Serious crap. Look, here's the thing.
Fine. Listen,
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded. In that... What is my problem? Ugh.
Climate change activists think it was a fantastic idea to go to Vincent van Gogh's paintings and many other paintings and throw soup, mashed potatoes and all the ridiculous foods and glue their hand to the damn wall.
"11 minutes later.
Yes.
That's a real pickle. Would you excuse me for a moment?
I get we need to talk about climate change. At the end of the day, climate change is important, and I know people sit there and will say now,
but natural climate, who gives a flying fuck? We'll all die anyway. Like, why should I care about climate change? Like, it's not even worth my time in terms of I've got other more important things in my life. Don't worry about it.
and that's true. There's other things in this world that you may say is more important, but going through this whole, in terms of the massive temperatures that the United Kingdom, and especially in Europe, have had during the summer, in terms of the UK had the hottest summer on record. There was Spain, Portugal had wildfires. We've seen with Australia back in 2020, where the worst bushfires ever, where animals and people lost homes. And then you got Scott Morrison, who thought it'd be a great idea to go to Hawaii during the whole ordeal.
Ananakuli makawani yani ona nanalula wa Hawaii.
Hawaii? What about Hawaii? Am I going to Hawaii?
Stop saying Hawaii in there.
But, and this is a big but, what these climate change activists have done literally this month has got nothing to do with climate change, inflation, or fossil fuels. Vincent van Gogh is one of the greatest living artists of all time. The man cut off his own ear, for goodness sake. The man who, if you actually did research for Vincent van Gogh, I did a lot, and my team sent me so much information about Vincent van Gogh. I think I now know every single detail about his whole entire life. But Vincent van Gogh went through some tough times. The man had severe anxiety, severe depression, tough ordeal he had of a life. And the paintings he did were like a sort of his gateway of getting away from the negative way of his life. And the fact that these climate activists did that to the painting, I get there was glass on the painting, but at the end of the day, they ruined the frame. The frame, which cost probably more than these climate activists make ever, is ridiculous. Like, these paintings are a massive part of culture, a massive part of society, a massive part of everything in life. And you just think, well, you think it's a great idea to literally go to an art gallery in London or go to any art gallery in the world and just vandalize them is unacceptable, to say the least. And like I said, I get we need to talk about climate change, but there is a time and a fucking place, and this wasn't the time nor place to do it. These climate activists think, oh, well, we need to talk about, we need to get our message across for people to talk about climate change and talk about fossil fuels and inflation and things like that. Well, throwing fucking food at paintings isn't going to solve it. I tell you what's going to solve it, and listen to me when I say this, because this is true. Why don't you protest safely, no vandalizing, no nothing like that, safely outside power plants, outside BP and Shell oil facilities? Do you want to do that thing having to go to these art galleries or other ridiculous, insane things that have nothing to do with climate change or fossil fuels or inflation or anything like that? Go there. Go to Shell, go to BP oil facility, go to the governments, protest there. Maybe the most important thing is, why don't you promote it on social media? The woman who actually did throw the soup at the Van Gogh painting, she spoke more sense in a TikTok than she literally did with the painting she literally threw soup at. So anyway, that's pretty much this whole story really, talking about climate change activists protesting and trying to make a statement by throwing food at paintings. And imagine if Greta Thunberg done this. Imagine if Greta Thunberg literally just took a massive shit, got her hand and threw it on the Mona Lisa. I swear to God, she would get cancelled. A man is suing Texas Pete because the product, the hot sauce, is not made from Texas.
What?
Oh yes indeedy. This is a very, very true story. There's a man who's literally suing Texas Pete because the hot sauce that Texas Pete makes is not made in Texas, it's made in North Carolina. Because it's got Texas on it, he thought that, well, it should be made in Texas, but he's suing them for copyright infringement. It's amazing. Is this guy also suing Mars bars because Mars is the bars are not made in Mars? Sneakers because the bars are not made from trainers? And most important of all, is he not suing Nutella because there's no nuts in Nutella? And when I mean nut, I mean nuts. I know I say this a lot, but I really do mean it, and I just feel like a broken record saying this. I do question the human race at freaking times. A cat called Thor saved a family's life.
Mom had the scare of her life. She was nearly poisoned to death by carbon monoxide.
Just the thought that I wouldn't be here to see my kids, that's really scary.
The only reason why Heidi Stamper says she's alive today, her hero kitten, Thor.
About like 1:45 in the morning, the cat started screaming and it woke me up.
Thor was ill, so she took him outside her home in Farmington, Michigan. When the fresh air hit Thor, he recovered, so Heidi brought the kitten back inside and fell asleep.
Half an hour later, the cat started screaming again. And it woke me up, but this time I had sweated through all my clothes. I wasn't able to move. I felt really sick to my stomach.
Heidi Stamper's home had lost power, so she was running a portable generator in her garage. What she didn't realize, she, her husband, and 2 children were also being poisoned by carbon monoxide, a colorless, odorless gas. Her house was not equipped with a carbon monoxide detector, but luckily, they had Thor. Thor, the kitten named after the hammer-wielding god featured in the Marvel movies, sure lived up to his superhero name. With all of that screeching and commotion, the kids woke up and called 911.
Thor played a crucial role in saving the family of 4. All 4 of them were suffering from severe effects of carbon monoxide poisoning.
If it wasn't for Thor, we wouldn't be here. He saved our lives.
So everyone, that's the end of another video on the channel and the end of another TMIR This Month In Review. If you think that this man suing Texas Pete because the hot sauce is not made in Texas is a massive freaking clown, because I think he is, then just lean back and headbutt that motherfucking like button. You can also follow me on my social media platforms. The link is just down there in the description, along with the domestic relationship abuse as well links. Go and check them out if you are in one, or you know people who's in one and they want to go and seek help. Go over and check them out. I wish you all amazing there. Stay safe and healthy too. Please like, subscribe, the natural. The punk of YouTube is out.